Let me talk to you. Smack Talk, as always, there's going to be a link down below in the description box to credit WWE for posting this article. Of course, I've got my cheat sheet here so that I can kind of remember all of the information that went on during the show, so it's fresh in my mind in case something slips me. Anyhow, we started off the show by having Jimmy, Solo, and Roman with Paul Heyman show up backstage very briefly. Roman never looks happy. Nick Aldis was in the ring introducing and bringing out LA Knight, AJ Styles, Randy Orton for the contract signing. Nick also called out Roman, in which then Paul Heyman came out, and that's where Nick Aldis wasn't too happy about that, and he says, well, that's fine. It's okay. I understand he doesn't want to come. He doesn't have to do it, but then the match will be a triple threat match at Rumble with a vacated title. So then Paul Heyman tried to get in. There was a tussle between AJ and LA. Randy Orton grabbed the walrus by the tie. They had a little chat. It was good times. I'm just so glad to see him back. It's great. I just can't wait for the Rumble. Now, this didn't exactly end the way I wanted, but Carlito is back again, and I'm glad. I just hope they utilize him well. They're really pushing the Santos Escobar, which is fine with Angel and Humberto. But I really want Carlito to get a nice little push. I still don't know what that thing is. I first saw like Cesaro more doing that, the tape on the shoulder. Never understood what it was. But this was nice to see. LWO, like I said, and Carlito. Well, I mean, Carlito's in the LWO. I just mean, you know, the other people. And Santos with Legado del Fantasma. Great match, but again, Carlito with the rest of the LWO, they lost. And backstage, Pretty Deadly talk about how they are ready for Tyler Bate and Butch. However, what was interesting is it wasn't Butch, but they should have remembered, and it should have looked very familiar. He's now back to Pete Dunne. I really don't know what's going on here with Pete Dunne in terms of, like, is he going to stay with Tyler? Well, first of all, yeah, they did defeat Pretty Deadly. It helps that I remember that. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, great. I don't know what the future holds. Like, Sheamus, there's rumors that he's going to come back. But from a scripted perspective, it seems like he just kind of vanished without a trace. Hasn't really been talking much to anybody. They don't know what's going on. I don't know where Ridge the Fridge is. Honestly, is he like an NXT? I don't know. I spoke to... Yeah, that's right. It was a quick little conversation, but still. With none other than Baron Corbin on Twitter. I was like, you need to get back on TV. And he's like, I'm on TV. Check me out, baby. On Tuesdays. And I was like, oh, you're on NXT. I had no idea. Why the hell, no offense, they would do that. But that could be another story for another day. So I don't know if Ridge is there now, Holland, on NXT. I'll probably just look it up after, to be honest with you. Then we had a backstage Pretty Deadly talks about how they were ready for Tyler Bate, but they were also ready for Butch, not Pete Dunne. Saying that they didn't recognize him. But, I mean, it was kind of funny. Just the way they talk. Like, just their whole, you know, demeanor and all that. It's pretty funny. I was entertained with that. Vignette promo with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I always forget that other guy's name. Is it not Angelo Dawkins? Well, they don't have his name here. The big dude. Not Bobby, not Angelo. Wait. Montez. No, it is Angelo Dawkins. Sorry, him on the mic, there's just something about him compared to the other two. I'm just kind of like, whatever. But that's just my opinion. KO brings out Logan Paul for the KO show. Great back and forth. However, KO takes off his cast. Gets sucker punched. I don't like that. Because Logan Paul is such a cheap bastard. But again, it's all a part of the show. He also used brass knuckles to get the belt to begin with. Now he's complaining about Kevin Owens using a cast. They should just have it so that Logan Paul is also allowed to have a cast, for Christ's sakes. just kind of even it out, and that is it. Backstage, Roman is really angry with Jimmy, and then Solo steps up in front of Roman and says, "It's on me," and he'll fix it. Caden and Katana again. Love this team. They are just great. Versus Unholy Union, which, no offense, I don't give two shits about. The champs were also introduced first, which sometimes I do find that interesting, because normally you're introduced last. Whatever. Bailey and the rest of Damage Control are on commentary, and Bailey does absolutely suck. It's rude, but it's what I think of her being a heel on the microphone. Her always repeating the same lines over and over. It's just the vibe overall. I'm just not buying it. I don't like it. You know, sometimes you just listen to somebody talk. I mean, technically, Randy Orton will always kind of sort of say the same kind of thing. He doesn't bother me. Love that guy. Bailey just bugs me as a heel. And not in a good way. That whole Caden with the Destroyer was absolutely nuts. I'm like, if you don't do that move properly, you are literally going to snap somebody's head off. It is unbelievable, that move. And then again, backstage, this was nice to see for a moment. The OC, the Good Brothers, and Mishin tell AJ they still have his back. And then AJ just walks away. Really don't get what is going on. I want to see those guys get back together. I want to see them wrestle. They're being underutilized. They're not being used at all. And it's really, really frustrating. So that's that. Vignette promo with The Last Testament. I thought it was great. Again, I've always been a fan of Karrion Kross. And it was nice to see... What's her name? Is her name Velvet? Not all like... She used to do that thing where it always looked like she was aroused and it was annoying. She didn't have that. She doesn't have that look on her face much anymore. I don't know if they told her to pipe it down like they told the ring announcer to pipe down Chelsea Green. Because she can't do that anymore. That is so fucking dumb. Anyways, AJ versus LA ended in a DQ when Solo... Oh, wait. Wow, I got ahead of myself. That's okay. That's okay. Backstage, Carmelo Hayes interview. Okay, whatever. Theory joins in the interview and says, "Hey, you almost ended my damn career." And I'm like, bitch, you're the one that made the move. You dropped your own self on your own head. So that made no sense. Love Theory, but that just wasn't it whatsoever. And then, of course, the Aussie was all like, "Aight, mate." And he's putting Theory in a match against Carmelo Hayes, I believe, next week. Then we had AJ versus LA Knight. Sorry. This was a nice match, but it did end in a DQ. Helps if I could speak. When Solo and Jimmy interfered. And then right after that, Solo was like calling out Randy Orton because that was the main event. Right after Solo, like I said, yeah, calls him out. Good match, was quick, but the ending was money. Because Randy's back was turned, Solo turns him around, right goes to Samoa and spike him. But in the midst of that, he got an RKO. I just thought that was great. And then it got even better. It got even better. Because as Randy gets up and Roman Reigns sucker punches Randy Orton. And then he goes to get up, rather. Roman's about to give him the spear, and he ran into an RKO. It was really an epic conclusion to the show. And for me, that ended up just that little snippet right there at the end, for me, was the in-ring action, capital E moment of the night. That definitely was entertaining to see. It doesn't get boring for me. As far as promos, it was probably Testament. That vignette was probably the non-fighting highlight for me of the night. Although this was pretty good too. For an in-ring, non-action moment, it was pretty good. So again, I enjoyed the show. Sometimes people say, "Oh, it's a bit bland," and I could get why you would think that. It's very easy for me. I could so dunk on these shows every week. But I'm trying not to be a downer. Like I said, I'm just trying to report quickly what happened throughout the matches for anybody that gives a rat's ass. Share my quick thoughts on, some superstars, some segments, what I thought of it, where I hope the direction of certain things go and where I hope they don't go. And that's pretty much it. Like, again, Carlito, I really hope he gets a nice little decent push. I really feel that if he works at it, he deserves it, but so does LA Knight. It's his time to shine at some point. It's hard to have everybody shine equally, right? You can only have so many champions, right? There's so many people on the roster, and not everybody even gets to participate every week. So you only get to see most of the superstars like literally 2-3 times a month. It's ridiculous. So there you have it. As always, if you liked the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. Bend it in half, twist it, and you'll get that broken off inside your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I don't even need to say it. Naturally, that would be great, but if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And as always, maybe I'll see some of you in the next video, and you can let me know down below in the comment section if there would be anything that you'd like me to talk about. Anything that has to do with wrestling. It doesn't matter the promotion, the era. It could be like 90s WCW. You can ask me what I thought of ECW. Anything. Whatever. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like half asleep. And I actually slept okay last night. I just don't feel awake today. Anyways, take care, and maybe I'll see some of you next time. Bye for now.